All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, Talking Giants, doing a draft film breakdown for the New York Giants, brought to you by SeatGeek. And we're looking at the Giants' third-round pick, Joshua Ezeudu, out of UNC. This was a surprise pick for many. Personally, I had a guy like Dylan Parham, rated above him. But the Giants are taking a swing at a guy with nice size, good traits. And he's 6'4", 308 pounds, 34-inch arms. Didn't test great at the combine, but he's a lot more athletic than what his RAS score is. Interesting player because what UNC did with him before we get into the breakdown of stuff. They started him at left tackle, right tackle, and left guard. We're like, well, that's not weird. They would switch him in game spots and in drive. There'd be drives where he'd play left guard and then left tackle, and they switch him back. We're actually going to go through that and some stuff versus Jermaine Johnson, and then we're going to go through his pass blocking, run blocking, and the things he did at UNC. But he's really athletic. If you want to work wide zone, you're going to pull him. He needs technical work, more so in his hands than anything, but he does need, some stuff in his feet. But I think he's a good, flexible athlete with very, very quick foot speed. That's the thing you notice, very quick foot speed with those long arms to extend and pass pro. So I think he's going to be more comfortable pass blocking than he is run blocking in the NFL to start because he's just got some stuff to work on. He's very head heavy in the run game. So we're going to get into it. Joshua Ezeudu, going to play left guard for the Giants. Maybe not start right away. So we're going to go through the pass blocking first. First rep, again, he's lined up at left guard. So I'm going to have to tell you if he's at left guard, left tackle, because they moved him in this. So we're going through the pass blocking. You just see good foot speed, good ability to mirror. They're sliding. See that nice first step. Watch the first step. Good quick feet. Using those long arms. He moves back inside and again. He gives up a little ground. But you see he wins that foot speed. Right. He's countering. Back left. Good rep. Here again at left guard versus Miami. You see how the long arms help him. Sets, again, you want to be playing in pass pro. You want your helmet lined up with his helmet. So, bam, quick, you're there. That's where you want. You got your hands inside. They come a little low sometimes, but you'd rather have them low than high. And he's got these long arms. And again, you see his hands in the breastplate. Good foot speed. And that's usually like his pass reps are pretty good, especially feet. And the feet are where it starts with everything. Handwork, all that stuff can be worked on. Foot speed is on. You can't teach foot speed. Here, guy lined up inside. Bam. You're setting quick. No false steps. Hands inside. Easy win. Easy win for him. Where you go, I'm going to go. And I'm not going to give up any depth. Again, just good foot speed. Sets. You see how, you can't see, but he has long arms. It's this defensive tackle's not able to get, use his hands the way he wants. Keeps him off of his shoulder pads. Good rep. Here again at left guard. Now this is where he can have some trouble. Is if he doesn't win that first punch in the pass game. Like, see how his hands are wide outside and the defensive lineman has his hands inside of him? Well, he loses some ground. He doesn't have the best core strength. Now, again, you see the feet are good, though, within this bull rush. Watch. Watch from here. He knows he's getting bulled. He knows he's lost that leverage battle. Bam. Reset. Now watch the left hand. Come back and replace. Get your hands. Sink his ass. So again, that's not a good rep, but it's not a horrible rep either, even though you are lined up in the QB's lap, essentially. Now, this portion is going to be just versus Jermaine Johnson. Obviously, you want to see guys line up versus the best players. The first one is going to be at left guard, and the rest are going to be at tackle. And he wins easily the battle versus Jermaine Johnson. So Jermaine Johnson's going to slant in against him on the left guard here. And Johnson's a really good player. He strikes those hands before. his hands are late, but you see he's just got good balance. Watch the feet. Walk back. Now you got your hands inside. You got these long arms. Right, that ain't holding. You can call for a holding all you want, Jermaine Johnson. That's not holding. So now we got him at left tackle versus Jermaine Johnson. I mean, and this is impressive stuff. Now, he's not going to play tackle in the NFL, but he's just got that foot speed to go with him. So, set out. That's the proportion you want when you're playing tackle. Get the hands inside. He tries to, to do, that bull and pull to the right. Watch the right foot. Watch the right foot when he counters back inside. Bam, that's what you want. You could fix those hands, but that's a really good rep for Ezeudu. Here versus Jermaine Johnson again. Now, he will get in trouble if he's put out a tackle because he's getting back there and he can get off balance. If Jermaine Johnson wanted to, he could really, get leverage and work back inside. But again, he's not going to be playing tackle in the NFL, but this is a good rep. Hands inside, mirroring the feet. He had last one versus Jermaine Johnson, or at least in pass blocking. Again, this is the best rep for Jermaine on this one, but you see how the hands, they come low, but they do get inside. That's I'd rather have them low and inside than high and wide. And then this is going to segue into the next part of this, which is pulling. UNC used him as a puller a lot, so he's lined up at left guard. And this is what I think is his best ability, is to be able to move out in space and flip his hips. Now, Jermaine is spilling, which is his responsibility. But what UNC is doing is they want him to flip his hips around and then use this tight end as a lead blocker. So he gets to the shoulder he wants. Now, here's his biggest issue in the run game. He doesn't use his hands in the run game. That's not good right there. But you can work with that. This is why the Giants drafted him. That ability to flip those hips. He's got good hand strength, and that leads to good torquing with those long arms. And then sit on him. So again, he wins the battle versus Jermaine Johnson. Now we're going to go through some other pull plays at left guard. Do these loop pulls. Just good patience in it. Looping out, good IDing of where we're going. A lot of guys, because he's trying to go through this gap. This is, this gap is covered. So this is the gap that he's trying to get to this linebacker. But he shoots this gap. A lot of guys just run into this, and this is a mess, and it's a bad play for the offense, and, it's a 1 yard gain, 0 yard gain. But he's very patient. He sees it quickly. That's that traffic pass. Now, again, this is his issue in the run game. Doesn't use his hands. That could be a holding call. Leads to hugging. But you like the finish of the rep. But that can get called for holding. But again, overall, like the athleticism with the pull, to be able to pick up and see what's happening, you do like that. But the hands thing, that's his issue in the run game. Again, same thing. This is the way it's supposed to go. Get around. You win the angle. You flip you slide your hips over, but your center got blown up till the play's dead. But if this center doesn't get blown up, let's just imagine this guy's not here. Well, bam, you got your one-on-one. You got your running back one-on-one with the safety. That's what you're looking for. And then here, this next one, the same exact thing, but being smart. I'm telling you, a lot of guys don't do this. They just kind of have like, okay, this is my guy. This is where I'm going. He flips it, but the D lineman, who's supposed to play in this gap, jumps gaps. So instead of trying to fly around here and screwing over your center and working to the linebacker, no, I got you. Because guess what? If he's relieving this gap, well, that means the linebacker is meant to fill this gap. The linebacker fills. He stays on this. Drive the feet. You see how quick the feet are. Get some movement on it. And you got yourself a nice run. You got that one-on-one you're looking for with the safety. You get yourself a nice gain for Ty Chandler, who's one of my favorite backs. So very jealous of the Minnesota Vikings getting to watch him behind Dalvin Cook. Some other pulls as a lead blocker. Getting lined up at left guard. Bam. Again, he's got to bring the hands. He doesn't bring the hands. That's the issue. But you like the athleticism. You like the hat placement. You like him loading up into it. And you got your gap for Ty Chandler. And you finish. When they redirect, you finish. He wants to redirect, finish him. Get heavy on him. That's a win. But again, he has to get better with his hands. It's going to get called for holding, and worse than getting called for holding, he's going to lose reps like that. Linebackers are going to take advantage of that. They're going to jack him up. D-line are going to take advantage of it, and we're going to go through some bad reps towards the end of it. Again, some more lead pulling plays. You like the athleticism to flip the hips. You like that. But he's in your chest. He's knocking you back. That's the main thing he's got to work on. I sound like a broken record, but that is the main thing he needs to work on. But what the Giants and Joe Schoen saw in him is that athleticism to be able to do that stuff. They want to get out on the edges. Again, another lead pull. Same how it pulls it. This is what you want. That's what you want from him. Before we get into the rest of this stuff and some of his flaws, this breakdown was brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best ticketing app in the entire freaking world. I use it all the time, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. If you want to go watch UNC games, if you're missing all the the New York Giants from the UNC offensive line, you can use SeatGeek. You can use promo code Giants to get $20 off your first order. Hey, you might even be going for free, man. College tickets can be pretty cheap sometimes. So use promo code Giants to get $20 off your first order. They have great deal scores 1 through 10. You click on a section, you can find the best deal in that section. It really is like the most useful ticketing app there is. Like once I use it, like okay, this is the one I'm going to use. So use SeatGeek, promo code Giants. Download the app. Links in the description. All right, let's go through some some more flexibility stuff. Oh, this is a pull. Wait, whoops. One more pull. But again, you see the way he's moving. I mean, that's really good movement. That's good agility, which shows up in his pass blocking as a lateral ability. Like, okay, you're lined up here. Oh, you jump back inside. I'm here. You want to pop back outside? I'm working. Like, that's really good athleticism. He's very light on his feet. And again, I think that is really what Joe Schoen, Bobby Johnson, the pro day, and then obviously watching his film, they watched him live. I really do think that's what they fell in love with him, is just how light and, quick his feet are. So some zone reps. Again, you see that ability to flip the hips. Fire out, get your hat placement, and watch the hips. Bam, wall them around. Now you see the hands. Not using the hands. He's getting too low into these. He's head heavy. But the athleticism wins on the rep. Here at left guard again. Hands are the issue with him. You're firing off. You got good feet. Those are the steps you want. That's the base you want. That's the ability to turn those hips around. And again, he works his hands back. Like he fixes his hands as the rep goes and gets them back inside. It's a good win for him, but we need these hands to be better. So again, as teams like to try and run more wide zone and run play action out of it, a guy like Joshua Ezeudu can be valuable to him. Here at left tackle, again, you're just looking at his ability to flex these hips out, hands inside, wall them off, extend the arms. Good rep. Good rep for Josh Ezeudu. Now here's when you're running some gap runs. This is where the not using your hands can be an issue. Now this ends up being pulled for an RPO. You're never taught to do that. You're never taught to just be run as a missile into the defensive tackle. You're taught to use your footwork, bend your knees, use good posture, and fire those hands. That's not what you're supposed to do. That leads to really ugly reps. That leads to this guy slipping off of you. That's ugly. That's an ugly rep. Here at left guard, he sees this guy. He wants to fire him out. He wants to move him off the ball. Well, guess what? He jumps gaps, and you're made to look silly. That's not what you're supposed to do. He has the flexibility. You don't need to be bending like that. You got to have your eyes up. Hit your target. Get these hands inside. You are never taught to have your hands out wide like this. Look at his former UNC teammate and his current New York Giants teammate. Hands like that. Hands like this. That's not good. At least embarrassing reps like that. That's the kind of stuff you can't have. Here at left guard. He does take a false step. See how that foot goes backwards? That's he doesn't do that a lot, but it does happen here. And it leaves him getting pushed back. This is towards the end of the game too, but he gets shed. His hands are actually a little better on this. But a bad rep. And then again, some of this stuff is these two type of plays don't show up a lot. But it's stuff he needs to clean up, and it's plays that can ruin drives. So watch his feet on this rep. This is the last rep we're going to go through. You want to step forward and then have that second step forward. Right foot goes back. Barney Rubble step. Left foot back. Now you're too wide. Now you're look at the way he's bending at the hips. Now you're allowing him into your chest. Your left tackle helps you. You got the good flexibility, but you can get called for holding here on this. So that's the stuff he's got to fix. He really needs to work on his hand game. And I know he was picked in the third round, and especially us as Giants fans, our roster has been so bad. We want to see the young guys. And don't get me wrong, so do I. I would rather watch Joshua Ezeudu than, Max Garcia or, Shane Lemieux coming back from health. Even though I hate to say it, but Shane Lemieux looked good versus the Broncos before he got hurt. But Joshua Ezeudu, they obviously you don't draft someone at the top of the third round to not be a big part of your future, but I do think he would benefit from sitting the first year, or maybe not even the first full year. But I think when you get thrown in, you're worried about your assignments. Where I think he just needs to be able to work on his technique, work on his hands. Work through some stuff in the preseason. So, good athletic guy. There's things to like, but there is things to fix with the Josh Ezeudu. So again, I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. I didn't ask you to do that at the beginning. You're supposed to do it at the beginning. So I don't get in trouble, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Check out the whole draft breakdown list. We're going to have one for every single guy. May not have them all right now. So a guy appreciate you guys. I like you guys more than anybody. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next draft breakdown. Until then, let's go Big Blue.